Hey everybody, this is Alpha Zero at your service. I'm going to do a review on a new episode of GARO Honoo no Kokuin. In other words, it's called GARO the Animation, which is going to be on episode 9. This episode, it's monster of the week, ever since then, and it gets a little boring here and there, but it has some development for, it had certain development for a character and a successor, Now, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. So, if anything else, I'd like to get started right away. Okay, at the beginning, we see to it that Alfonso is training with Raphael, the one with the Gaia Makai Knight armor. He ends up, and after a couple training and making Alfonso fly away or something, well, he did push him far away using a sword. He's coughing up a lot of blood and realizes he doesn't have much time. So maybe that's the reason why he's passing off his knowledge and training to Alfonso as possible. Therefore, he ends up going to a certain character named Garm, which is a supporting character. He asks, is there a horror that my student can do? And she gives him one, but it might be too much for him. I forgot what it's called, but what it does is pretty nasty, dude. Going on annihilating villages and so forth, but Raphael says this is a do or die situation for him. So I gotta give this task to him. And after the meeting, Leon comes by and says hey, is there a horror I could fight or something? And Garm goes again. Then she gives him one horror that's probably similar to Leon and so forth, but as Leon ends up destroying one horror, he realizes it's not enough. He needs to fight a stronger one, because if you guys remember his fight with the Makai Knight with the sword and shield, that guy was a real tough boss to defeat. After that, we see to it that Leon decides to go to town and he meets Alfonso along the way. They end up having these strange conversations, but after that, Raphael ends up still coughing up blood even after Alfonso left, and realizes he still has one more task to do. And therefore, Alfonso and Leon has the same goal, to defeat a horror, And it seems like they seem to have a good advantage so far. But as Alfonso took care of the Scythes and Reapers, Leon took care of the Scythes and Reapers, and Alfonso took care of the grave tombstone whatsoever, I believe. They managed to do some damage to it, but Leon transforms into his GARO Knight armor and realizes it's the only way. Therefore, he ends up being defeated and slammed to a wall. And Alfonso tries to come in and help, but it didn't come out well. And therefore, Alfonso's thinking, "Am I this weak?" But Raphael comes out of nowhere and says, "Don't give up. Fulfill your duty as a Makai Knight." And he comes in and stabs the horror, but later on he ends up coughing blood and gets stabbed in the back and to the chest, and therefore passes his sword to Alfonso and says, "Use my sword, use my armor, defeat this horror, become the Makai Knight." And therefore Alfonso, with much hesitation and dazing off, he picks up the sword and destroys the horror once and for all, and he ends up tearing up. And therefore, he ends up having a little vision with his master, and he thanks him for everything. And as Raphael tells him to go be the Makai Knight and protect your own people, And Alfonso says, "I promise you, with this sword, I will defeat the horrors of this country and protect its people, And came out a little emotional for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I think even though we don't know much about Raphael or something, it is eh. But for Alfonso to pick up and become the successor of the Gaia armor, it's going to be interesting. Next episode, I believe it's going to be a little, next episode's going to be called Fallen Blood, but yeah. So, this episode, successor for the Gaia armor, and looking forward to the next episode. I don't know what's going to happen, but there might be some backstory to it, so if anything else, I'll end my review right here, people. Expect my next review to come up in about 45 minutes or so, because just ate some breakfast right now and I'm kind of full. And yeah, see you all in my next video, right? Have a good day. Later. Peace out. Bye bye.